So in previous lecture we have seen the example of how to write the test bench and how to attach a test bench with a Verilog module. So we have seen the demonstration of the software also. Now in today's lecture again we will take one example and through that example again I will demonstrate how to write the test bench and how to link the test bench with the Verilog code. So in this lecture I will take an example of full adder, right? Okay. So here this is the Verilog module of a full adder. Already we discussed this in previous lectures also. So here I have taken the structure model of the full adder, and the structure modeling is like this. There are 3 AND gates. Right, there are 3 AND gates. Suppose this is A1. There is another AND gate. This is A2. This is the label of this AND gate. Now there is third AND gate, A3. Right. This is also 2 input AND gate. Then there is one OR gate. Label of this OR gate is O1. Right. So, and there is one XOR gate. So XOR gate label is X1, and from the XOR gate we are getting sum, from the OR gate we are getting carry, and here it is A, B, C in. To this A1 gate we are having here L, and this is connected to like this. A and B is connected here, right? So here it is connected to A, this input, and this input is connected to B. And A2 gate output is M, input is B. B means I will extend this. So this is B and C in. This is connected to C in. Now A3 AND gate output is N, and A, C in are the input. So C in I will extend from here. This is C in, and A we can extend from here. This is connected to A, right? So this is the basically structure, or this structure model is written here. So you can see the ports are A, B, C in, S, C. Inputs are input ports A, B, C in. Output is defining the output port S, C. Now we have declared 3 wires L, M, N, which are the intermediate wires. So this L, M, N. These wires are not directly connected to the input port or output ports. So that's why we have declared these interconnecting lines as a wire. Now here I am doing the instantiation in the first statement of the AND gate, and this instantiation statement is for AND gate whose label is A1. This. So L, first we have to write output pin, that is L, then input pins A and B. Then so this is the first statement, instantiation of AND gate labeled A1. Then second instantiation statement is for the instantiation of AND gate labeled A2, this one. So here output is M, inputs are B and C in. So inputs are B and C in. And third statement is the instantiation statement of AND gate whose label is A3, this one. So here output is N, this output is N, inputs are A and C in. Okay. Fourth statement is the instantiation statement of OR gate. So its label is O1. And in the instantiation, first we have written C, which indicate this is the output, C is the output, and remaining three are the inputs, L, M, N. These are the inputs, L, M, N. Then the fifth statement is the instantiation statement of the XOR gate, whose label is X1. So here S is the output, A, B, C in are the input, A, B, C in are the input. So this is the instantiation, this is the Verilog module, and at the structure level of the abstraction of full adder. Right. Now we have to write the test bench for this, right? So test bench will look like this. Here this unit under test is my this full underscore adder, this module. It has three inputs, so which the inputs are mentioned here, A, B, C in, and two outputs, S and C. And here this is my test bench. Now in test bench the inputs of the unit under test is to be connected to the output of the test bench, right? Or you can say whatever pins we have connected to the inputs of the test bench, they have to be declared as a rig type, okay? And those pins which we have connected with the output port of the unit under test, those pins of the test bench will be declared as wires. So in this way, so basically here you just see these A underscore TV. From here we will generate some pulses, we will generate some signal, and these signals will be connected to the inputs, input A. So basically A underscore TB will be the output, this is B underscore TV will be the output, and C in underscore TV will be the output of the test bench. So these outputs of the test bench are connected to the inputs of the unit under test. Now same way the unit under test output port, sum and carry, they will generate some signals depending upon the input and the Verilog port, and these signals will be captured by S underscore TV and C underscore TV. So these are the inputs. These are the inputs of test bench, right? And these are the outputs of test bench. Okay, so now I will show you the test bench code. So this is the test bench code, module and end module. So this is the dummy code, and the name of the test bench is test bench. I have terminated this with the semicolon. Now here you see, I already told you those ports of test bench which are connected to the input ports of the unit under test will be declared as rig type. So see here, rig A underscore TV, rig B underscore TV, rig C in underscore TV. And those ports of test bench, these and these, which are connected to the output port of the unit under test, they will declared as wire. So see here, wire S underscore TV, wire C underscore TV. So, and here you have to terminate each declaration by semicolon. For example, rig A underscore TV, semicolon, rig B underscore TV, semicolon, rig C underscore TV, semicolon, in this way. Okay, now you come to this line. So this is the instantiation. This is instantiation. This is the instantiation of unit under test with the test bench. Instantiation means it is the interconnection of the unit under test with the test bench. So what is the meaning of interconnection? We have to mention which port of the test bench is connected to the which port of the unit under test. Okay. So here in the instantiation statement, this is the instantiation statement. First we have written the name of the module, full underscore adder. Exactly, you have to write this name. Then unit under test, UUT, then start with the bracket, right? Now dot A. So this is your, this A, first you write the unit under test, the port of unit under test. Then within bracket you have to write the test bench port with which it is connected. So A port of unit under test is connected to A underscore TV. So within bracket we have written A underscore TV. Then comma, dot B of unit under test, this is connected with B underscore TV. So B underscore TV is on the test bench, it is written here, comma C in. So this is C in, which is the input port of unit under test, and it is connected to C in underscore TV of the test bench. So inside the bracket we have written C in underscore TV. So here you remember dot. If you are writing dot, then you have to write the port, of unit under test, right? Then you have to write the this bracket, and inside the bracket you have to write the test bench. Test bench port, the test bench port with which it is connected. So same way we have to write now dot S. So see dot S, it is connected with S underscore TV. So within inside bracket we have written S underscore TV. So in this way you have to write, you have to do the instantiation. Okay. After that we have written the initial keyword. So this initial keyword indicates that this is the procedural statement now. So after the initial keyword we have to write all the statements between begin and end, right? Because there are multiple statements, that's why we are writing it inside begin and end. If there is only one statement, then there is no need of begin and end. Okay, then dollar monitor within bracket dollar time comma, now this double quote, right? This double quote you have to, this is up to here, right? Up to here, this is a double quote. Now inside the double quote you have to mention which type of signals are allowed on on or which type of signals will be generated by these test bench port, or which type of signals are received by these test bench port. So, and this we will mention inside the double quote. So see how it is mentioned: a underscore tv is equal to percent %b. So b indicates bit type, right? So this value of a underscore tv will be bit type. Then comma b underscore tv is equal to percentage bit type. So in this way you declare all input and output ports of the test bench. You declare which type of values will be allocated to these, right? Then after double quote again comma, right? So basically inside monitor there are, inside the dollar monitor there will be three things separated by commas, right? There will be three things separated by comma. This also, right? Then this line will be terminated by semicolon. So first, so here we mentioned dollar time, right? So this dollar time is a directive which indicates the current simulation time of the simulator. Then here you have to mention within double quote what type of values are to be allowed to the ports of the test bench. Then after this comma you have to write here the name of the variables of the test bench. So see here what I have written: name of the variables: a underscore tv, b underscore tv, c underscore tv, s underscore tv, and c underscore tv. So, and the purpose of this dollar monitor, this is whenever there is change in the value of these variables, whenever there is event on these variables, then those values will be printed in the form of waveform. Okay. Right. After this, now this is the first statement, and this first statement will execute at 5 unit time after the execution of the simulation. And so this #5 indicates the time of the execution with the reference to current simulation time. So here with this we have written a underscore tv is equal to 0. 0 will be assigned to this, then semicolon. Here we have written semicolon. Then b underscore tv 0. This means here 0 will be generated, here 0 will be generated, and c in this is 1, and this will be c in underscore tv 1 will be generated, and this generation will takes place at 5 nanosecond, right? Because nanosecond is the time which I set in the simulation. Then after first statement, second statement will be executed, and second will be executed after 5 unit time of first statement. So since first statement executed at 5 nanosecond, so second will be executed at 10 nanosecond. So at 10 nanosecond what will happen? A underscore tv is 0, b underscore tv is 1, and c underscore tv is 0. So here this type, this is 0, this is 1, and this is 0. So these value will be allocated to test bench ports at 10 nanosecond. Then the third statement will be executed. Third will be executed again after 5 nanosecond of the second. So that will be executed then at 15 nanoseconds. Right. So in this way you can see I have given basically the truth table of full adder, right? 0 0 1 0 1 0 0 1 1 1 0 0 1 0 1 1 1 0 and 1 1 1. So what are the possibilities of the inputs. So all those values I have given here, and accordingly I will check whether my full adder is working or not, right? Okay. Okay, and in the last here you can see this dollar finish. It will it will stop the simulation. Right. Okay, now I will show you this demonstration. Okay, full underscore adder is the name of this. I will create a new project. Lab is the name I have given. I will give the path of demonstration folder which I have created on the desktop. Next, finish. Okay. Now I will open a new source file. Select the Verilog module and I will give the name of the source file as adder, full adder, full underscore adder. Right? I think same name is there, full underscore adder. Okay. A is the input, B is the input, C in is the input, S is output. I will select the output here. C is the output, so I will select the output here. Next. I will paste the same code. Okay. Code is pasted here. Now what I will do, I will check. I will check the code of this full adder whether it is perfect or not. So I will select this simulation. I will select this full adder Verilog file and iSim simulator. I will expand this and I will click here behavioral check syntax. Okay, so now see here, process behavioral check syntax completed successfully. So there is no problem in the code. Now I will create one test bench. I will copy this code. Okay. Name of the test bench is test bench only. Okay. Same name I will keep. For that again I will open new source file and now I will select Verilog test fixer. And here I will write the name of the test bench as test bench. Okay. Then next, and this test bench will be attached to full underscore adder, right? Okay. Next, finish. Now see here, this test bench is created. Now I will paste the same code here. I will save this. Now you see here there are two files. One is testbench.v. This is testbench module, and then full adder underscore v, which is UUT, unit under test. So I will check the syntax for test bench. I will select the test bench and then I will click here behavioral check syntax. So this also checked, behavioral check syntax completed successfully. So there is no problem in the code of the test bench or in the normal module, right? Now I will select this test bench and I will click here simulate behavioral model. Now according to the test bench, whatever test bench I have written, the simulation waveform will be generated. see here, see. Okay, so you check here at 5 nanosecond, the value of, see here, the first one at the top is value of sum underscore TV, below this carry underscore TV, below this A underscore TV, below this B underscore TV, and below this C in underscore TV. So at 5 nanoseconds, see here what I have written, you see this, at 5 unit time, A underscore TV is 0, B underscore TV is 0, and C in underscore TV is 1. So see here, this A underscore TV is 0, B underscore TV is 0, and C underscore TV is 0. Now according to our Verilog code, if these are the inputs, then output will be sum underscore TV is 1 and carry underscore TV is 0. Okay, so it is working as per my full adder. Then you see next statement, this will be, these values will be changed at 5 unit time after first, and that will be, values will be A underscore TV is 0, B underscore TV is 1, C underscore TV is 0. So now you see here at this, now at 10 nanosecond, A underscore TV is 0, B underscore TV is 1, and C underscore TV is 0. And with these inputs, again the sum underscore TV is 0, 1, and carry is 0. So in this way we will check this simulation, and in the last simulation will stop. See at what time simulation stopped? 40 nanosecond. Why it stopped at 40 nanosecond? Because you see at 5 first statement executed, at 10 second, at 15 nanosecond third, at 20 nanosecond fourth, 25 nanosecond this statement, 30 nanosecond this statement, 35 nanosecond this statement, and at 40 nanosecond this last statement is executed. And what it will do, here we have written $finish, so it will stop the simulation. Okay, right. So in this way we have tested the full adder test bench, right? Okay.